In Netflix's new documentary Queen of Chess, a Hungarian girl dreams of conquering international men's chess. After a 15-year battle against world champion Garry Kasparov, her and her domineering father, Judit Polgár revolutionizes the sport's patriarchal culture to become one of the greatest chess prodigies in history and the greatest woman chess player of all time. Queen of Chess is directed by Rory Kennedy, and I highly recommend checking out her previous documentaries such as Downfall, The Case Against Boeing, and especially Last Days in Vietnam. That's a fantastic documentary. And Queen of Chess just debuted at the 2026 Sundance Film Festival and will be streaming on Netflix starting on the 6th of February 2026. Queen of Chess is an entertaining film, but it is a very Netflixy film. It has basically just a mixture of archival footage and talking heads, and all of the key figures in this drama are in this documentary. We've got modern day interviews with Judit Polgár and the world champion Garry Kasparov, and also Judith's family, her mother, her father, her sisters, and a lot of current world championship chess players. They also add some commentary to this film as well. But yeah, this is a very standard Netflix documentary. You have the talking heads like looking again into the distance as the director Rory interviews them, and they have like a sitting down like on a chair or on a table with a blue screen background in the back. This film is never funny, never thrilling, never suspenseful, consistently entertaining, but it never really, there's no twists or turns in this documentary. It's pretty much a Wikipedia entry to this the life of Judit Polgár. It starts off when she's a child in Hungary, and she has two sisters, and her father forces her to play chess when she's young, and her sisters as well. But she is basically the best of the three sisters, and she ended up competing in championships in Hungary. And then eventually, once her government allows her to leave the country and compete against men in other countries, that's really when the film takes off. But the guts and bolts of this documentary, definitely the highlights of this documentary are her multiple matches against world champion Garry Kasparov, and she loses quite a few times in this film, but eventually she gets a draw against him, and then eventually, I think it was 2001, she eventually gets a win against him. But definitely the highlights of this documentary are the matches between her and Garry. But I think maybe instead of just like a Wikipedia type entry, again a chronicle of her life, I think it would have been a better film if it just basically just zoned in on those matches between her and Garry and like build some suspense, and the film doesn't really it's just about her life. It doesn't really get into psychological impact of chess. And even at the end of the film, the director asks her, how did you feel about your father forcing you to play chess when you were young, and are you happy about how your life turned out? And she doesn't really answer the question, and she sort of does, but it's just like, okay, at the end of the film, the director asks her this question, which is a very important topic, but doesn't. I would have really liked if the film explored that a little bit more. I give Queen of Chess 3 stars out of 5. This is a pretty standard Netflix documentary. It's entertaining, but it's basically just a Wikipedia entry of the life of the best woman chess player of all time, Judit Polgár. There's no surprises here. It's not funny. It's not suspenseful. It is entertaining. The talking heads are entertaining. But yeah, it's just a very standard Netflix documentary. Thanks for watching. What did you think of the new Netflix documentary Queen of Chess? Please comment below what you thought of the film. See you next time. Bye.